Spending a hot day cooling off at a water park, riding some slides, and cruising a lazy river is a fantastic addition to any theme park vacation.
But with no Typhoon Lagoon, Blizzard Beach, or Volcano Bay to visit, where can you go when on a trip to Disneyland?
We got you.
In this video, we're going to give you the lowdown on all the water parks near Disneyland.
Please like, subscribe, and stick around.
Welcome to the Disneyland Beat, where our toes tap to a Disneyland drum.
And we always whistle while we work.
There are several water parks in Southern California that are attached to large theme parks.
The first on our list, and the closest to Disneyland, is Not Soak City, only about 8 miles away.
This fun water park sits on 13 acres right next to the larger Knott's Berry Farm.
You can get a separate entrance ticket for the water park, and it has a lot to offer.
It has quite a few water slides, over a dozen.
Including 2 new slides that went in 2017, a new family raft ride Shore Break, and a huge funnel thrill slide called The Wedge.
The park is small, but like the larger Berry Farm, it packs a lot into the space it has with a great wave pool and lazy river.
We would not say it is an all-day park, but with Knott's right there is more than enough to do.
The other park you might want to consider that's attached to a major theme park is Six Flags Hurricane Harbor, which is attached to Six Flags Magic Mountain.
Now this water park is a haul from Disneyland. At 65 miles, it's by far the furthest drive on the list.
So this really only makes sense if you want to go to Six Flags Magic Mountain.
The park is a pay-one-price facility, meaning that you have to buy a ticket to the whole park to go to the water park.
But Hurricane Harbor is a solid water park.
Like the larger theme park, which has some of the best, tallest, and fastest roller coasters in the country,
Hurricane Harbor has some of the tallest and fastest water slides in Southern California.
We did notice that there's almost no shade at the water park, so waiting in the lines can get pretty hot.
But there's quite a bit to do, with several slide towers you have to climb to a variety of slides, about 15 of them.
They have several thrill slides and a bunch of family ones as well.
The park covers about 18 acres and the lazy river is really long, and the wave pool is a lot of fun, if plainly themed.
And of course, there's a large splash pad for the younger set.
The final water park that's attached to a theme park is Legoland Water Park in Carlsbad.
This is going south from Anaheim, and on weekdays, you're not going to see the sustained traffic that you might get going north, even though it's 60 miles to get there.
And like Magic Mountain, you have to buy a ticket to the entire theme park, so this would only make sense if you're headed to the park.
To get into the water park, you have to pay an extra $30.
So we particularly recommend this park for those planning on spending 2 days at Legoland.
There is so much to do in the main park, and the water park can get really crowded, so you might find yourself disappointed you can't do it all.
Legoland is a wonderful theme park with lots of rides and experiences, and inside is a wonderful theme park.
This is easily the best themed water park on this list. They have Lego-themed ride tubes and slide towers, as well as statues of mermaids, elephants, surfers, alligators, and more.
The slides are focused on kids ages 2 to 12, and just like the rest of the park, everything is large enough to feel legit, but still very manageable. There is a build-a-block river with tubes that let you build on them with soft floating Legos.
And lots of interactive features.
There's a nice variety of food, though expect to pay large theme park prices.
And we think it's beautiful, it's colorful, you can always depend on it being super clean with fantastic service. The next park on the list is the largest water park within easy driving distance to Disneyland, and the park where you're going to find most of the locals at.
Raging Waters in San Dimas.
Raging Waters is spread out over 44 acres, making it the largest water park in the area.
It's only a 30-minute drive from Disneyland, so it's an easy commute.
And they have a lot of slides, but not too much more than Knott's or Hurricane Harbor really, but still, there's a large variety of cool slides.
And they have a nice lazy river with a huge wave pool with the biggest waves around, outside of the beach, that is.
And as we said, everything is more spread out, so it's a really pretty park in places. It's well landscaped with tall California palms and tropical foliage.
They had enough space to take some sightlines into effect, so it doesn't feel as crowded.
But be warned, on hot weekends, this place gets really busy, and they are notorious for long lines.
They actually offer a fast pass program called H2Go that allow you to skip the lines, and we highly recommend paying this on anything resembling a crowded day.
So we know this makes your cost almost as high as going to a large theme park, but 1 hour waits for the big slides were confirmed as typical by management when we were there.
The H2Go pass will get you on in about 10 minutes, which is great, but we also wanted to give you a heads up on some other issues that we saw.
We noticed in the lazy river that they don't really have enough tubes available, so at least half of the crowd was walking it. But maybe that's just a thing.
And their food service is pretty much limited to pizza, hamburgers, and hot dogs, so you might consider bringing your own food if you're making a day of it.
And the bees and wasps were noticeable at this park, which is kind of unusual at most places. They usually have effective deterrents surrounding the grounds.
But it didn't really detract from our day. The place is only crowded because it has some great slides and it costs less than the rest of the large water park options in the area.
Well, that's it for large outdoor water parks without driving over an hour. And they're not going to get any larger or much better without heading to Vegas, in our opinion.
Although we will just mention that if you are headed to SeaWorld in San Diego, there is a nearby water park called Aquatica that is a nice solid water park worth checking out.
There are 4 smaller water parks that are a lot of fun for the younger set, and great for a half-day trip maybe for the whole family.
The closest one to Disneyland is Boomer's Family Park in Irvine, only about 6 miles from Disneyland.
Boomers is a family fun center with a large arcade, bumper boats, mini golf, and even a climbing wall.
And they also have a small water park.
And it features a large splash pad with some smaller slides.
And a larger slide tower with 3 twisting turning tube slides coming down.
It's a pretty small area. With the go-karts and flat rides and even bowling right there, though, there's plenty to do.
The next one on the list is the La Miranda Regional Aquatic Center, only about 15 miles away.
In addition to having heated indoor pools that you can pay to access, there's a small outdoor summer water park called Buccaneer Bay.
They have a large slide tower with 3 fun and different tube slides coming down from it.
A lazy river and a ton of splash pads and interactive water features.
You can support the local community and have a great, safe, splashy break.
Also, very close to Disneyland, headed east about 50 miles past the Anaheim Hills to Riverside, there is a small amusement park that has been delighting guests since it opened in 1971. Castle Park.
Castle Park is probably best known for having one of the largest and most extensive miniature golf courses around and its huge castle-themed arcade.
They have some small coasters, a charming train, a bunch of flat rides, a log flume, and even a drop tower and loop coaster.
But in addition to all of that, they have a small water park.
Again, this is a single-ticket park, so you have to purchase a ticket to the entire park, but it's reasonable.
The water park is small, but fun. The whole thing is basically one large slide tower with a variety of 5 slides coming down. Some pretty thrilling, some small for the kiddies.
Mixed into the slide tower are a bunch of splash features that are really fun, but that's pretty much it at this place.
But we have it on the list because the whole place is very budget-friendly, has lots of shade, and a charming carnival character.
The final small outdoor water park we're going to talk about, the Cove, is a bit further east, about 25 miles from Disneyland.
This place feels like another aquatic center, but a really huge one.
It has a large splash tower with some smaller slides in it for the toddlers.
And a large slide tower with 4 slides coming down.
And it has a particularly great lazy river, really nice one. But what sets this place apart from the rest, in our opinion, is it has a flow rider. And you can get surfing and boogie boarding lessons here, pretty cool.
These are a lot of fun, although they do require an upcharge.
We also wanted to mention there are a couple community parks near Disneyland. They have splash pads and room to run, and it might be just what you're looking for a picnic or just a couple hours away on a hot day with the young one.
There is the Ponderosa Park Water Play Zone on Orangewood Avenue, just around the corner from Disneyland, within walking distance, really.
And a bit further away is Sigler Park if you want to get out of the bubble for a moment.
The final water park on the list is really a year-round park because it's indoors.
There is a Great Wolf Lodge just south of Disneyland, right on Harbor Boulevard.
This is a national chain, but if you're not familiar with them, you will be shocked at how many attractions they are able to fit inside of these hotels.
And you will also be impressed at how many of them are true thrill rides as well. So while this is a family experience, there's plenty for your teenagers and adults to find for themselves at a Great Wolf Lodge.
Of course, you can't just show up to go to the water park. You have to have a room to get in.
It's only for hotel guests, but especially in the winter, this place adds a lot to your Disneyland vacation. It has a free shuttle to the park so you can come and go as you like and catch the water park during your afternoon siestas like we do.
Or you can spend an entire day there and have plenty to do. So it's a really fun place to stay, and the indoor water park is impressive.
Well, folks, that's our list.
So when you're planning your trip to Disneyland next summer, be sure to make some splash time at one of these fantastic water parks.
Be sure to check out our other video, which details the coolest hotel pools near Disneyland. And that's it for now. We hope this is helpful.
See you real soon, Mouseketeers.
See you real soon.